Our third demo for today will focus on the Capture Screenshots functionality. Capture Screenshots allows me to get an image of each of the windows that are currently open on my Microsoft Dynamics GP system. These windows will be captured just as if you were to press the print screen button on your on your keyboard. However, Capture Screenshots does a little bit more than that. Let's see. If I click on Sales Transaction Entry to open my Sales Transaction Entry window, and I bring up a piece of information, for example this back order, and I click on User Define, now I have two windows open. Now let's say in addition I want to find out a little bit more about this customer by going to the customer maintenance window. In addition, I want to obtain more detail about the customer on the sales on the back order information, look at the activity for this customer, etc. If I were to be running into a situation where some piece of data was going missing each time I was saving the information in the back order or the sales transaction entry window, I could actually capture this information all at once with the capture screenshot. Or if you've noticed, there is a little capture screenshot button as well that is part of the standard toolbar. Now if I click on this button, immediately the Support Debugging Tool screenshot feature will actually get an image of all the current windows that are open in the system. As part of this capture screenshot feature, the Support Debugging Tool window itself gets added to the list. I might not need this window to be submitted to my administrator, so I can go ahead and uncheck. As part of the options that I have the ability to include my current launch file and my DexINI settings file. Those pieces of information are critical for administrators when troubleshooting any problems or any issues with your Microsoft Dynamics GP system. For example, the current launch file will allow an administrator to determine if the products are installed on the machine are are comparable to all those installed around the environment. The DexINI settings file will tell the administrator if there's any particular setting on your Microsoft Dynamics GP environment that is affecting your ability to perform work according to how the environment has been installed and configured. In addition, as an end user, you can click the email button, which in turn will bring up my email client and allow me to see the email that's going to be submitted to the administrator. Note that the system has actually created a system summary file, and that system summary file includes detailed information about my environment. It lists all dictionaries, all the build numbers for each dictionary, and it also tells the administrator what service pack I'm running for SQL Server, what ODBC data source is actually set up on my machine, the version of my ODBC manager, and the version of the driver that I'm actually using to connect to the SQL Server. Also, it tells the administrator information such as the operating system, service pack level, etc. Note that as an administrator, you have the chance to actually validate this information against your against your server and all the standards that are set up for your environment. Also note that as part of the selections that I made, the dynamics.set file will be included, the DexINI file, and I also have an image of each of the windows that were open at the time that I run the screen capture feature. I can choose to now select who I want this to be emailed to and send this information off. This is a very useful feature if you're running a very complex environment, or if you're even doing simple things like trying to figure out why and what pieces of information were on your screen when you were doing or executing a specific operation within the application. This information can be very helpful for administrators, end users, and consultants alike. So Screenshot is one of the tools you should be using today.